So BTC, we have a good trade location on our trade idea for the IBIT. That's the Bitcoin ETF. And right now we just need to see what the market wants to do, right? In the end, we can set our targets on the upside and downside. We just have to wait and see what the market ends up giving. The only thing that we can actually control is risk. That's why I say this all the time in our Discord feed and our trade ideas feed. Always personally, always think risk first. I always want to know how much I can lose on every trade, and if I do want to add to that trade, how am I going to manage my break evens? I will never add to losers. That's just not something that I do. Other people do it. It is just not something that I will ever do. So I will only add to trades that are working, and I will always be managing my stop as closely as I can without choking off the trade. Again, that's obviously a balance. You want to give the underlying room to move while also managing your downside. So that is something that again we all have to work towards and work towards getting better at. There is no being perfect in trading. You're just trying to do the best you can. And right now in Bitcoin, it's doing everything that it should. I like the action in names like Coin as well, and it is overall reinforcing that Bitcoin has at least uh, very good odds. We'll just say that much of moving over the old swing high. Let's just go ahead and shift over to the intermediate term. On the intermediate term, this trough formed on time. This is a bullish right hand translation where we rallied for most of that cycle, got a pullback, held our key 38.2 to the 61.8, and at least a test of old highs would be in play. Bitcoin is doing exactly what it needs to do, and we would look for a move really easily through old highs, in my view. And there is a low that is due out here on the next cycle bracket, 722 to 826. But right now, I'm not really worried about that. I'm targeting what's happening right now. We are in the intermediate term rising mode. On the daily chart, when you start getting flat here, you have to be really careful trying to time lows like this because um, frequently the cycle counts get a little bit out of line when you start chopping. This is something that you want to be aware of. Again, all of this stuff I've really learned through my own trading, through live trading. Anytime you start to chop around, the actual cycle counts get thrown off. That's why you have to be really careful around chop and focus on the trend. Again, what is the most important thing to be looking at on every chart? That's something that I ask myself all the time in all of our office hours charts and all of our FutureSpeak charts and all the charts that I do uh, for everyone at askSlim is what is the most important thing that I'm looking at on the chart right now. The most important thing is that rising trend that is in place. So it says again, dip buys into that rising trend looks like the highest probability. Targeting swing highs is really what I'm looking at in the Bitcoin market. And if it can show some power through 75,000, this could really go much higher. So let's just see what this can do. Again, what would be a sign of change on the downside? If we started to lose these old swing lows, which is currently right here at 66,570, that would be a sign of weakness in the short term. Absent of that, again, you can see we're holding that rising slim ribbon right around 69,780 to 67,970. As long as we're holding that, I'm going to keep my bias as right where it is, and that would be positive targeting swing highs. Okay, so that's a look here in Bitcoin. Obviously, looking at this in a little more detail because we do have a long side trade idea out for the site, and this is one that is in focus right now. Okay, so that's a look at BTC. Again, any questions, feel free to reach out to us on Discord.